Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Sunday League to Legend. This week, for the first time in Level 9 certainly, we have a double game week on Football Manager 21. The Albion play both Charnock Richard and Squires Gate, two local sides here in the northwest of England, here in Lancashire. We begin at the Lancashire FA County Ground. Both games are home games for us, as it happens. We play twice in a week, less than a week, just a few days. First up, we have Charnock Richard, and they are not doing well in the Northwest Counties Premier Division. They're bottom of the league, 22nd, only 4 points to their name this season, having played 12 games. Ourselves, we are at the very summit. We're on top, but only just. We're being chased down by clubs now who have actually played more fixtures than us because we had a washout. The Squires Gate game was due to happen about a month ago. Didn't happen because of a waterlogged pitch, which is pretty accurate, pretty realistic for Lancashire, to be honest. So that's been moved to later on this week after we play Charnock Richard. So they'll have this game and then we'll just have a very short turnaround of a break, and away we'll go with a game against Squires Gate, who are in the top half of the table. Now, I don't know a lot about Charnock Richard, except for the fact they play somewhere called Mossy Park, which is in Charnock Richard, and just nearby the Dog and Partridge. Nothing says Lancashire like a football ground next to the Dog and Partridge. It's actually located between Charnock Richard Service Station, which is probably what people know Charnock Richard for, and Yarrow Valley Golf Course. Bit of a local landmark. If you're local to Charnock Richard, I'm sure you'll appreciate that. We have started pretty well here. As Finlayson goes through, Finlayson fires the first goal. His 10th of the season. So he's actually starting today. In fact, let's go through the team sheet. We've got Matheson in goal. Young Australian goalkeeper. We love an Australian goalkeeper here on Sunday League to Legend. He's starting in place of Contakos. Dropped a few bollocks recently. Can't have him in the team anymore. Matheson is starting. Coral Lent, who I keep calling Kent in my head. Who was Tommy Kent? Was he a character in Grand Theft Auto? Possibly. Dobson partnering him, and then we've got Wilding at left back. Harry Walker's back on the right wing. He's missed a lot of this season through injury and through some poor form, to be honest. But since he keeps rejecting contracts to move elsewhere, we'll include him in the team. Here he is on the ball, getting forward to Connor Comer, who fires straight at the goalkeeper. In the centre of midfield, we've got a couple of new faces this year. Heslop and Thornhill. Both have played pretty well when called on. We've actually really bolstered the midfield ranks, especially in the centre. And these two are the current incumbents of the shirts. On the right, as mentioned, is Walker. And then left, we've got Josh Ede, really reliable left winger. Very good player. Chips in with a few goals as well. And up front, we've got that man, Connor Comer, along with his strike partner, Finlayson, the former AFC Blackpool forward. So that's our team as we get underway. First 10 minutes, very successful. 1-0 to the good. Pretty much what I expect, to be honest. Charnock Richard shouldn't really put up much of a fight. It's the game against Squires Gate that's going to be the more interesting and probably a close battle. We may even lose it. You know, it's going to happen at some point. As there we have Squires Gate, Matty Barlow on 13 minutes, putting the gate up against Bootle. As we have second goal, Mike Corral, the right back, up for the corner, and he has just fired home. I believe it was Lent with the flick on. There it is, back post. Bit of an Arsenal job from days gone by there with Steve Bold and Tony Adams. What I've always wondered about the famous Arsenal back five, where did Martin Keown fit in? Because it was Dixon, Bold, Adams, Winterburn, Seaman behind. Where was Keown? Was he on the bench? Did Steve Bold not start? Nah, I can't imagine that. He was a pretty good defender back in the day. Bit of an odd one. Anybody knows the answer, do let me know, as we just hit the woodwork there. Good shot by Connor Finlayson. He's really up for this one. Taken over this game from Tom Dawson. So we got him from the Holker Old Boys end of last season, just before the end of the season, and has been playing pretty well. But Finlayson, every time he comes in, has been doing the business for us. So absolutely no reason why he should be left out at all. Especially in the Cups. He's had a few games there. As Coma, straight in. Look at that. 18th goal of the season. Really good movement to get in behind. And then he just fires home. Great player for us. That's his 18th. So he's now up to 70 league goals. We had a look at his stats during Monday's edition of Sunday League to Legend, when we have a big update. We've played 12 games since we were last on YouTube, so it's only right that we have a look at how we've done. As Ede's on the ball, big ball over the top to Coma, and there's another one. It's 4-0. Charnock Richard, you are taking a hammering. 19th of the season is a big ball over from Ede. Really good play by him. So far back in his own half that the camera's got to switch. And then Coma gets there. Goalkeeper beats at the near post. I think he's a bit in no man's land, really. As Squires Gate are confirmed as 2-0 up against Bootle. Here now is the problem. Charnock Richard coming forward, and our defence isn't exactly watertight, if we're honest. Let's hope to clear this ball, or it gets fired over, such as that. City of Liverpool doing us a favour. They're 1-0 up against New Mills. In fact, while we're here, hopefully there's no highlight for a second. As we look at the live league table, you'll see New Mills there in 3rd place, 27 points, along with Bonaldwich. But it's Northwich Victoria who are giving us some problems. 6 points behind us now. They've played the same amount of fixtures as we have, but New Mills have played just 2 more. So interesting. As you can see, Squires Gate are actually down in 15th. I hadn't realised they were doing that badly, to be honest. But we will see in a second. Charnock Richard just right down at the bottom. Second half, I don't really want to change anything, really. I'd probably like to give Tom Dawson a bit of a run out, just because goal scorers should always get on the pitch, see what they can do. He tends to, when we bring on one of our replacement forwards, usually Finlayson, if we're honest, he gets a goal. The amount of times when it's all 3 of them that get on the score sheet. As you can see, there are Charnock Richard. Will have played 15 games after today. Just 4 points on the board. Squires Gate there, 15th. 12 games played, 16 points garnered. As there's a lot of advice saying to bring off Harry Walker. He has been injured a lot recently. It is a worry, him. As the ball goes all the way back. It's a bit of head tennis here, isn't it? Okay, somebody needs to get a foot on the ball, and that somebody was Charnock Richard. Good play by them. McSween on the wing, but it's going to come through to Finlayson. Coma's through. Is this the hat-trick? It is. It's not the hat-trick. Oh, it went by the goalkeeper, as Bootle have got a goal back now. We've got Dawson. Oh, they gave us plenty of advice, didn't they? So change the team there. Tom Dawson on now on the right wing. Can play there. Does a really good job there, actually. Not a worry for him to play out there wide. In fact, any of our strikers could do a decent job there, as McSween's going to get the ball in, and it's saved by Matherton. Go on, lad. Good kick out. Josh Ede on the ball now. Dobson, ball over the top. Thornhill, what can he see? He can see Dawson. Look at the pace. Oh, I couldn't finish it off. Good save by Mason there. Made himself big in the Charnock Richard goal. We've got another suggestion. Forbes on for Tommy Lent as we hit the hour. Oh. It's cleared by Wilding. Finlayson now on the ball. Oh, again, Mason there making himself big in the Charnock Richard goal. City of Liverpool now 2-1 up against the New Mills. Apparently Henry Sloan is doing us a bit of a disservice as the ball is up. It's that run again from Finlayson. Outside to in, this time drawing a save from Mason, but it's in by Simon Heslop. His first of the season. Assist by Connor Comer. That's going to pad out his stats somewhat. As you can see, Comer picks up the ball there, loose one. Fires it back in. Oh, they're queuing up at the station to get a shot off. Mason this time unable to keep the ball out of his goal. Henry Sloan is now marked by Tommy Lent there at centre half. Booking for McSween, the left winger for Charnock Richard. As we come forward again, Ede with the ball in field. Tobin clears, but it's coming right back, isn't it? Good effort by Dawson. Just skipped over as the New Mills have brought it back to 3-2 at New Bucks Park. What a game happening there. City of Liverpool, they're up to 8th in the table as it stands. And New Mills would stay in 3rd place. Some 7 points back on us, having played 2 extra games. Meanwhile, Barnoldswich must have got a bit of a scoreline. Yeah, there we go. 2-0 up against Burscough. I love the names of these teams in the league. The North West Counties Premier. They're proper teams, aren't they? Proper towns. As Comer's through, and this time it's over. He's looking for that hat-trick. He wants it. City of Liverpool have won the game against New Mills. 3-1 now. That is game over. As they're telling me again to substitute off Tommy Lent. Shall we make a late change here? I don't really see the point in bringing Lent off, to be honest. He doesn't seem that badly affected by the game. Now, we're just going to bring on Paul Marshall, just for Heslop, just with a booking in mind, just for the last couple of minutes. As this result actually, well, the result at New Bucks Park will take New Mills down to 4th place. So the early runners, really, they were up with us, 2nd place for most of the early going in level 9. Not quite able to turn it into a decent position as we finish off. And there we have it, 5-0. Won in the first half, you'd have to say. But, and this is the crucial bit for me, a clean sheet. We hardly ever get clean sheets. Like a teenage boy with a problem. It's just not happened for us this season. In our, what's now 13 league fixtures, I think we've only kept 3. Our 3rd clean sheet. We are all obviously, rostrum or hospital. We sort of really go for it. Get the big score lines, but it does mean that it leaves us exposed at the back. We need better defenders, basically. But there's just none that are coming on our radar. So as we await the media reaction, I mean, hopefully there is a bit of media reaction. There has been some around the club as of late. As soon as you take on a player on trial that has had any form of real success in either the league you're in or the league above, the press always are on your back, just wanting to get your comments. And as a lower league manager at a very low level, so level 10 and level 9, press conferences aren't that often. In fact, they hardly ever happen. It's only when you're about to take on a real local rival that they'll even show up. But I have to say, as of late, when we've signed a player, people like the non-league football paper, things like that, they just want to have a bit of a comment. And you've got to judge it carefully, because that could be your only media appearance for a few months. So it can be quite an important thing for you to get those press conferences right. Make some friends in the media, the old Brian Clough principle, and then hopefully you can use that to influence the player and make sure that they're having a pretty good time at the club. It's one of the reasons why the likes of Connor Comer and Harry Walker have turned down a lot of moves away from us. I think it's because of the environment, it's because of how they are viewed. Connor Comer is club captain. I think that helps as well. I mean, it doesn't do us any harm that we're paying him quite a big wage as well. So he's on, he's on well over 3 figures for his appearance fees. Not sure if they'd ever be matched by a club maybe doing a bit of penny pinching. Might not be able to offer him the big contract that he's after. Eventually, the hope is that we'll be able to offer him a full-time deal, or certainly a part-time deal. But all of our players at the moment are on these non-contracts where they can just be poached by anybody, which is a bit of a worry, especially when we're having results like this, and people will just sit up and take notice. So yeah, even here, I wonder if White's coming to look at one of our boys. In fact, he's not. He was looking at one of Charnock Richards, Ryan Gorn. So that's quite a rare thing. So as you can see, 12 games we've played now, 34 points, 6 ahead of Northwich Victoria. That is Northwich Victoria, by the way, the original team. The 1874 Northwich, the Phoenix Club, are there in 10th, just a bit further down. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to go away, play the few days through the game, and then our next fixture will be against Squires Gate, again at the Lancashire FA County Ground. So I'll see you for that. Welcome back to Sunday League to Legend. Welcome back to the Lancashire FA County Ground. Here in the North West Counties Premier Division, we take on Squires Gate, managed by Dave Hoole, and for once, I think, we are playing a team with a captain in goal. Stuart Dixon is the skipper for the visitors today. And of course, there's plenty of social media feedback on the team, as there is with any club, really. If you see a team laid out on Twitter, guarantee there's plenty of social media backlash saying that certain players are missing or should be playing instead. So we start with Squires Gate down in 15th in the table, as we have our traditional encourage shout for the boys. Don't think it does a lot for them, to be honest. I'm going to have a look into that. But here we are with early possession for Squires Gate. In terms of the team, as Ede gives away a free kick there and earns a booking. First minute, referee. Have a word with yourself, man. So we have made 3 changes. Craig Stanley is in for Ryan Dobson. Tom Dawson starts on the right. Harry Walker dropped to the pine. He's still not fully fit, if we're honest, as Connor Comer opens the scoring from a free kick. Goal number 20 this season for that man, Connor Comer. Dixon should have done better, really. He'd reached it. We also have old Diego. He's in central midfield. Has been complaining a bit as of recent weeks. He really wants an opportunity, so we're going to let him play against Squires Gate. See if he does well. He's in for Matt Thornhill in central midfield. As there's a ball over the top, and Barlow, was it Barlow? He should really score from there, shouldn't he? Elliot Pond is a real danger man for them, actually. As Finlayson plays the ball up to Connor Comer. Look, he's all on his own there. Oh, it's a foul as well. Is that a booking ref? That wasn't much different from Joshua Ede's foul in the first minute there. Bit inconsistent there from our official. Don't normally see that, do you? But it seems that has bled its way from the real game over into Football Manager 21. Here's Ede with the corner. Now, cleared upfield, but it's going to come back thanks to Wilding. And there's Pond. Really good player, actually, here for Squires Gate. Ball out with Macmillan, but it's cleared. Old Diego with a bit of pressure on Howarth. Not really enough, though. Not tracking his man enough. As again. Oh, and Ryan Johnson's awarded a penalty. The ball did go almost to the corner flag, it has to be said, as Barlow fires at Squires Gate back level. Matty Barlow with the goal. Yeah, good attempt by Matheson to get down there, just not quick enough, really. Good penalty. Totally undeserved. Absolutely diabolical decision. I'll be saying something about that after the game. As I've been pointed out that Tom Dawson is playing in an unfamiliar position. He is, but he isn't really happy about it, to be honest. But needs must with Harry Walker not quite fully fit to play 2 games in a week. It has to be said. He's really struggled with his fitness this season. But there you go, another effort by Squires Gate. Do seem to have a bit of a problem saying that name, so just watch out for that. A bit of information on Squires Gate, in fact. They actually play at a ground called School Road, which is kind of positioned between Lytham, St Anne's and Blackpool, I'd say. They play beside Blackpool Wren Rovers at Bruce Park, literally the next pitch and stadium just next to them. Then a stone's throw away, you've got the Mechanics for AFC Blackpool. So all 3 clubs really close together. A real hotbed of non-league football action there. Always good fun to be in that sort of area. And if you are there, do have a look at the Shovels, which is just around the corner. Nice little pub as well. Bit of local knowledge there for you. As Elliot Pond puts Squires Gate ahead. Okay. Barlow and Madra involved. Matheson not showering himself in much glory here. I mean, this could be the game that we lose. Our first game of the season. Could be about to happen, folks. And I think if it does, I blame myself. However, certainly one that we're not going to blame is Connor Comer. It is now a Desmond, a 2-2, 2 goals for that man himself. One of the best players in the division. I mean, has to be said. Finlayson does well here to get a good cross in. And Comer, right place, right time, good header, cushioned just into the back of the net. Captain there, Dixon, for Squires Gate, unable to make the save. Wildin now with a throw-in. Ede unable to really get his foot on the ball there. Wonder if the booking has just affected his confidence a little bit. As Comer with another effort. And it is a goal kick to Squires Gate. Let's see if Wildin, along with Stanley here, can get rid of the ball in any meaningful way. Got to beat the press, which isn't always easy. Madra involved again. And Pond. He'll probably be central to anything that they do as Finlayson goes through. Oh, it's a good tackle though. He wasn't to know, the defender, that Connor Finlayson was in an offside position. Just did his best for the team there. Fair play to him. A result like this would keep us 4 points clear of Northwich Victoria. They've really stole a march. They won another game in midweek as well. As we reach half time, could be time to have a quick look at a tactical change. I wonder if Finlayson is the man. It has to be said, old Diego at a 6.3. A 6.4 for him and a 6.3 for Heslop. Not good enough at all. In fact, Heslop is going to come off for James Best already. So early change made. Because it's just not good enough. I am not happy with what's going on out on that pitch, let me tell you. Right, lads, we're going to bring out the old demand more shout, because really, that first half was not the type of performance that we've been used to this season. The type of performance that we deserve to put out for our home fans here at the Lancashire FA County Ground. Our regular home, Fox Lane, is still being developed. It's a couple of months away before we will return back to our natural home. But of course, say thank you to Lancashire FA, despite recent real world events where they've not exactly showered themselves in glory, for letting us stay here and use their ground during this period. Ede now on the ball. Again, it's taken from him. Finlayson through. Oh, it's Dixon out there. Good hustle by the goalkeeper. Squires Gate, really actually good presence, as I said, on social media. Over on Twitter, they've got their own Football Manager 21 save going on. They've got a manager themselves. It's on YouTube, I believe. Do search for that and find out how they're getting on. They've also they're producing a lockdown magazine. That's something to look out for. I believe there's a minimum donation of £1 and a recommended price of £4.95. So it's up to you, I think, whatever you pay for it. A couple of really good features in there. An interview, Q&A, I believe, with Charlie Adam, and one with Luther Blissett as well. A-League FC, the website I write for, have submitted a contribution as well. So do check that out, get involved, and it's all in support, of course, of Squires Gate, a non-league club, a local club doing really good things for the community there in Lytham and Blackpool. As Comer plays it through to Finlayson. Oh, it's a save by Dixon. Not clinical enough. And in fact, I think Finlayson's going to come off. We're actually going to bring on Harry Walker for the man. And then we're just going to switch Walker with Tom Dawson. So if Dawson wants to play up front, this is your chance, son. 20 minutes to go. Let's see what you've got in the locker. Immediately offside. There you go. That's what he's got in the locker. Unbelievable. Currently 2-2. Yet to see a goal in the second half. But I tell you what, XG is in the favour of the visitors. As the ball is headed over. That'll only go to improve it. 14 shots for Squires Gate. Much less for ourselves. So let's hope that Conor Comer here. And here's Dawson. Look at that. You move him up front, and it's his 11th goal of the season. Comer with the assist, of course, is involved. It's Best, the substitute, as well. He takes the ball from Corral down there, wide on the right. Dawson through, takes it out of his feet. No chance for Dixon, the captain, Squires Gate goalkeeper, to get down for that one. Really good play, and it will leave Squires Gate marooned. 14 points from 13 played. That's Ede offside. He's been poor today. Not what you'd expect from a man of his talents. As Pond, oh, he has a strike, doesn't he? Blocked there. I think he's a really good player. Stanley with the ball in. And this will be the counter now. Barlow. It's through. Has Pond kept it in? He has, you know. But it's cleared upfield. Now. No attack from Dawson, but we have got just 3 minutes to go. So let's just move to a defensive setting. Let's see if we can see this out. There are seconds to go as McMillan comes forward, and it's wide by Taylor. Oh, that was the opportunity. And there we have it. 3-2, a win for Leyland Albion. Second win of the episode. 6 good points. And I did say it was going to be tougher against this opposition, didn't I? There you have it. Big time. It certainly was a tough one against Squires Gate. So that's all we have for today. I don't want to go too long, even though it is a double episode, as we await the media reaction to that one. As we do, next time it's going to be another league game. We're probably going to go a little bit further again into the league. Because level 9, it's competitive, but we seem to be winning every week. It's getting a bit repetitive, and I don't want to keep putting that out on YouTube, so we'll go away over the end of the week and the weekend, play some more fixtures, and then see where we are. I would like to broadcast a game against City of Liverpool this year, maybe even New Mills. We've got them coming up in the North West Counties Cup, so that will be quite an interesting one to feature. Considering that we only beat them by 5-4 in the last time that the two clubs met. So just as the journalists arrive into the media centre, actually we're at Lancashire FA County Ground, so surely they do have media facilities where we can meet the press. James Best making his Leyland Albion debut. Apparently Dave Reaney would like a DVD coming out of that. Probably not, to be honest. In other results, 1874 Northwich crashed to defeat against Congleton, 4-1, and Warrington getting a 4-1 win against Paddy Ham. So there you can see the league table as we end our 13th game. So Warrington, actually, they only played 11 as of 1874 Northwich. So they've got a bit of catching up to do, especially considering that some teams have played 15 If you look at the likes of Burscough, even Charnock Richard down at the bottom. So ourselves, we sit 6 points clear at the top from Northwich. Then we've got 7 in hand over Barnoldswich and New Mills, along with 2 games in hand there. So thank you for joining me today. Join us again on Monday, where we'll have taken another big leap forward, and we'll find out whether we're still title challengers. Here at Level 9, things are going pretty well. I'll see you then.